This is a continuation of my last short, and the topic is you can't make this up. The topic is you can't make this up. Greetings, everyone. This is Staying a Light podcast, and there's a lot more to be said about you can't make this up than I can get in 60 minutes, or 60 seconds rather. For someone to make that statement lets you know for sure that they know some of the things they're talking about are made up. Most of the things you hear about are made up. What do you mean made up? I mean, they're not real. For example, like racism. Racism is something made up. It's made up. It's invented. It didn't come with creation. It didn't come with the earth. It's made up. Now, what you're suffering is injustice. Call it what it is. Racism is just a term they made up to hide what's really happening. You're suffering injustice, not racism. You can't even define racism because it's a made up word. You remind me of the movie Shemchak Rebellion. Have you seen it? He was in his prison 20 years, 30 years. He was institutionalized. Now, he did commit the crime. But for all these times he was going to get his parole, he was faking, saying he reformed and he wasn't a threat to society. But he ran to this other inmate who got him to look at things different, who's the star of the show, the one who escaped using the rock hammer, taking 20 years more to break through the walls. So in his final time he went to the board, he told them that's just a made up word. They asked him was he reformed? Was he rehabilitated? So this is related. I'm just bringing that story to let you know what I'm talking about, to bring clarity to it. He said, that's just a made up word to give you a job. So a lot of words are made up for different purposes. So when people say you can't make this up, they're telling you most of what they're saying is made up, but not this. You can't make this up, but I've made up everything else. That's what's being said. If you can pick it up. Otherwise, if what you're saying is true, why would you say you can't make it up? Unless everything was made up, but this one thing you did make up. I'm they call me weird. That's okay. I live with that. However, do you see that in the chat? Can you see that point I'm making? Why are you here anyway? Hi. No, I'm not high. I'm just normalized. I'm in the light. When you stay in the light, you don't have to get high. So I'm going to end this here. And the main point of this video podcast is that if you tell somebody you can't make this up, the message you're sending is that you have made everything up. Everything else you have made up. And that's a fact, because when you really start studying history, everything, when you take a deep dive into anything, everything, you take a deep dive inside it, you're going to see it's made up. It's made up. Hollywood is a big cover up. They tell you, but they cover it up at the same time. So do your own research. Don't believe me. I'm just a guy on YouTube like to hear himself talk. Greetings, everyone. No, I'm not a guy. I'm a man. That's another made-up word.